Joe Biden and Elizabeth Warren unveiled dueling plans to fight climate change today, although both policies could lead to global warming with all the money they'll burn. The former VP led off with a $5 trillion proposal that involves no shortage of federal spending. But don't take my word for it. Ask Sleepy Joe.
We're going to invest $1.7 trillion in securing our future so that by 2050, the United States will be 100% clean energy economy with net zero emissions.
Ooh, that sounds so naughty. So how would we pay for such a massive program? Oh, $3 trillion in private investments. That's great. And canceling the Trump tax cuts to pay for the other $1.7 trillion, which really stinks. Elizabeth Warren introduced her own proposal on her Medium page today. It also called for a large amount of greenbacks. Her plan would move $1.5 trillion in government spending for a green industrial mobilization. Yeah, to purchase American-made clean energy products such as zero-emission vehicles and buildings for federal, state, and local use. They have too many buildings already. It is no secret that all roads to the Democratic nomination lead through some kind of Green New Deal. But will voters feel like spending this much gas money? Joining me now, Kingsview Asset Management Chief Investment Officer and Fox News contributor, Scotty Martin is back. Scotty Markets, welcome back.
How are you?
Well, I am obviously very troubled by this because Joe Biden and Elizabeth Warren have as good a shot as anyone at becoming the next president. And, of course, they always talk about these public-private partnerships. But my question is, 2050 is still a long ways away. Why do we need the government? Why does it presuppose that we need government force in order to get to net zero emissions?
It's a fair call. Now, I look forward to 2050 just because I'm hoping to get past all these tough years I'm going through.
You
so
won't
maybe
be
that'll
alive,
be my
Scotty.
reward.
Not the way you live with your zip lining and your cliff diving.
And my shaving and my dressing. Yeah, it's true. So I'll tell you, or lack thereof. Here's what's interesting, though. You're right. The economy will probably take care of itself when it comes to renewable energy. I mean, we're already reducing carbon emissions very well as a country without really the government's help as it is. So that goes to show you something. I do feel like, though, Kennedy, Biden and Elizabeth Warren, while she goes and grabs herself a beer, certainly have to stay relevant amidst a big field. And I know they're, towards the top. But given that there was that big push, as you mentioned, with AOC's Green New Deal, they need to kind of come out with something that is somewhat monumental that at least keeps up with some of those headlines she made some months ago.
Yeah, because she and the squawking, screechy progressives will push back against anything that smacks of incrementalism. And that might have to be the way you do it in order to not tank the economy. I still don't think that it presupposes you have to have this big government element. I think the technology will be there in 30 years. I think there will be enough incentive and there will be a great enough generational shift that we don't have to have this insane government reliance and coffer draining. And, of course, Elizabeth Warren calls her program the Green Apollo program. It's like, Grandma, who are you trying to appeal to? All right? The moon landing was a while ago.
Exactly, and that's something that she still probably dreams about. But I'll tell you what else. We'll be living on the moon, frankly. This will be a total moonshot. And something that she will probably regret in the future when she doesn't get elected, because here's the other thing. You're right. Private enterprise will take care of a lot of this stuff. And I love when the word invest is used, because the invest means that you, the taxpayer, it's going to be your money that's paying for these kind of dead-end deals that don't work out. I mean, do I need to remind people of Solyndra, Fisker, all those other programs that the government got involved? Remember Fisker, Disker? I mean, all those things that were out there that happened with the government's help that didn't actually work. So, yes, you're right. If somebody pollutes, if they're nasty to the environment, the free market takes care of it. You take away your business, they go out of business. That's how you get rid of those bad folks, not with Elizabeth Warren and Joe Biden policing the scene.
These are great marketing tools. I got an email from Athleta today. It was trying to sell me a summer sweatshirt. No one buys sweatshirts in summer, but they said it's their most sustainable sweatshirt ever because it's organic cotton, and that is 64% less dependent on resources to grow.
What a great idea. I gave them that idea, so I wish you would buy it. That would help me out. It might make me 5 or 20 cents. But also, too, you mentioned private-public partnerships. For the longest time, Kennedy, private enterprise was scared to death of partnering with the government in stuff like this. So now that we have a little bit better business climate, I mean, depending on the day, it's at least a chance that going forward, and maybe not if Biden or Warren are running this show, but at least there's a chance now that private partnership might actually work with the government because they're not so scared of kind of doing that deed as they were some years ago.
Oh, doing the deed. Scotty Martin, thank you so much.
The deed, yeah.
Hallelujah.
That's it.
Very good.
See ya.